A very good evening to you, South Africa, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Cars. We're here today in Sandton at LMPF. I'm your host, Varishka Singh, otherwise known as Not a Car Spotter. In a few moments, we'll be sitting down with my next guest, who goes by the name of Hanro, as navigating supercars. Hello, Hanro.
Hello, Via. How are you?
I'm good, thank you for asking.
No, I'm great, thank you. Great.
Thank you so much for being here today.
No, it's a great pleasure. Thank you for having me. Yeah?
I have a few questions lined up for you. Are you ready?
I am certainly ready. Yeah.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Great.
Where does your love for cars stem from?
Okay, so just to sum it up for you, I grew up in Bloemfontein, so there's not much going on in the car industry in Bloemfontein. Well, at least not that when I grew up. But it's my dad and I always played Need for Speed. We watched Top Gear. We literally had all the episodes on a hard drive, and we would binge watch Top Gear from the start to the end. It really originated with my dad. So that's my whole story with that.
All right.
Yeah.
Does the place that you come from have an influence on why you love cars?
Well, as I said now, Bloemfontein, not really, no. But always when I would visit my grandfather in Joburg, we would always go to Bruma Nissan and to all the, I don't know, that time like Daytona didn't even exist to my knowledge, I'm not sure. But Bruma Nissan was one of the dealerships that had Rolls Royces and GTRs and I don't even know what they had. It was so long ago, but we would always go to those dealerships and just check out the nice cars. And so that's basically it.
I love how we all kind of went that route with dealerships, because that was the only place to see the most amount of supercars. Absolutely.
And now supercars is just commercialized in South Africa.
It's the norm.
It's everywhere. I mean, look at this.
Who are some of your icons and why?
So this might seem a bit cliche, but obviously, from my childhood, Jeremy Clarkson was one of my main, inspirations for the car industry. And he just doesn't care what anybody else thinks about him, So I don't know, he's got such a passion and he's so blunt. And that's what people need, People are always faffing about the small things, No, this guy has this much horsepower, this guy has that much horsepower, and just drive the car,
Yeah.
Just drive it, just enjoy it for what it is, whatever, 10 horsepower here, 10 horsepower there is not going to make a difference. And that's what he's emphasizing in all of his reviews. So definitely Jeremy Clarkson.
All right. What other interests do you have besides cars?
Well, I'm started a media company about 2 years ago. So the whole photography, videography, cinematography industry is definitely one of my main passions. I would say architecture. I studied architecture, graduated in 2021. It's a passion, but it was more just to get a good foundation to build business and experience on top of. I'm still considering going further with my studies, but it all depends on where my business goes at this stage.
Let's talk about your Instagram page, Navigating Supercars.
Yes.
From all the cars that you've reviewed and engaged with, which one would you pick to own and why?
You know what? The Audi R8 has always been a very, very, very special car for me. It was my matric dance car. It was just, the Iron Man car, the original. It's not the fastest, it's not the most aerodynamic, but that car just has a very special place in my heart. That naturally aspirated V10. It's a Huracan, it's for half the price. It's just such an amazing car, and I've driven one quite a few times now. One of my clients owns one, and we go on breakfast runs quite frequently, and just to experience that car, it never gets old.
I remember also the first time when I saw the Audi R8 on Iron Man. And even then too, I was inspired. I was
AC/DC running, everything is just...
I have to have one. So we're on the same page there.
Absolutely.
Who inspires you to create such wonderful car content on Instagram?
Well, just the international photographers out there that, they're obviously in America, it's all over the place, it's commercialized. But in South Africa, there's not many photographers that really know how to engage with a car through the lens, and that passion. Obviously, I don't only do cars. I do lots of things. I do interviews. I do food. I do weddings. But there's just something special about a car, and to make that car pop. The design language and all of that. To make the car look good. Well, obviously, you don't really have to. It already speaks for itself. But to have that special popping image above all the other, iPhone images or whatever, is what drives my passion for car photography. And I've always tried to be different with my car page. Obviously, my car page hasn't been very active the last year or so, but I really want to get back into the business. It's a very tough business in South Africa, but I'm just photographing cars for my passion at this stage, not for money. So that's what it's all about for me.
Who is your favorite local and international car content creator?
Okay, so locally, I would say Willie Boetus. He has his Instagram page, Willie Boetus Auto. I just love how he, edits a car photo, and he uses so much technique and knowledge when he photographs and videographs a car. And internationally, I would say Cars with Luke. He really brings that cinematics back to a car video, and the color grading and everything is just out of this world. It's so nice.
I do follow Willie, and I can confirm what you said is true because I've seen some of his work and it's fascinating.
Absolutely.
He makes it look like it's in another country even.
Absolutely.
And you're looking at those photos like, wow, I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
Much respect to him.
Absolutely.
So do you think that breakfast runs originate in South Africa?
Well, I think the name breakfast runs definitely is a very South African term. It's like, braai for South Africans. It's something you do, with the gents. Let's go for a breakfast run. Let's go to Hartbeespoortdam. It's a very cultural thing in South Africa to do. But obviously, internationally, I would say it's more, a car run like the Cannonball Run. They just call it something different. So it's all the same, but just a different name in South Africa.
All right. Let's talk modern and electric cars.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on electric cars?
Well, I think electric cars at this stage, it's still in a developing phase. Especially in South Africa, the infrastructure in South Africa is definitely not ready for electric cars. And especially the autonomous segment thereof as well. But I think electric cars has lots of potential in the future. They just need to find a way to produce clean energy to charge the electric cars.
All right.
Yeah.
So if you had to choose between a VW ID4, a Citroën EC4, or a Chevrolet Bolt EV, which one are you picking and why?
Not one of them. I don't know. Like, I would do the VW. It looks very futuristic, but it looks like a mom van in the same sense. I don't know if you follow CarWow, but Matt Watson, that was one of the cars that he wanted to buy for his mum. And I don't want to be seen in a mom van, to be honest. So, but the VW ID4 I would choose in the list that you gave me. But
All right. Okay. So I have a bit of a quiz.
Okay.
For you. Are you ready?
Bit stressed, but let's see.
You'll be fine.
Let's see what it holds.
Which car is known as the Widowmaker?
Well, if I have it correctly, I think that was the Shelby Cobra. If I don't know. There's a lot of cars that they call the Widowmaker, but to my knowledge, that it was the Shelby Cobra.
Right. The answer I have for that is the Porsche 997 GT2.
That black one.
Yes.
Okay, that's also one of the cars that I had in my mind, but they also call the Shelby Cobra the Widowmaker.
Yeah, there's a few.
It's literally just a V8 engine slapped on a chassis, and that's basically it. So, but yeah.
All right. Which is the fastest road-going car?
I think it was one of the electric cars recently, but it updates every now and then. So I think it was the SSC Tuatara.
That's correct.
There was quite a lot of controversy around it, but yeah, if it's for the fastest, it's the fastest.
Yeah,
So
that answer is correct.
great, thanks.
Which iconic car appeared in 7 Bond films, making its debut in 1964 in the movie called Goldfinger?
I think it was the Aston Martin DB5, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
Obviously, that's the pinnacle of James Bond movies. The original DB5, such an elegant car.
All right. How many rings are in the Audi logo?
It's 4 rings.
That's correct.
Yeah, not 3, not 2, but 4.
What animal features on the Porsche logo?
I think it's a horse, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's correct.
You see, that I don't know. I think Porsche was first, but Ferrari also has the horse. But yeah, I don't know about that one. I like the Ferrari horse better than the Porsche horse.
That might be very controversial.
Definitely, definitely.
And we are done.
Oh, great.
Hanro, thank you so much for being here today. It's been an absolute pleasure having you.
Oh, it was lovely having an interview with you as well. And yeah, keep well.
And you too.
Thank you so much.